have a grandson. His name is Andrew Weber, and he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 8 months of age, which is very young.
My daughter Chloe was 10 months old when she was diagnosed with diabetes.
It came on like gangbusters within a very short period of time.
Our son Tom was diagnosed when he was 9 years old.
I can remember asking the doctor, well, how do you know he has diabetes? And he says, well, his blood sugar is 700. And I said, well, what is it supposed to be? He says, well, usually we like it around 100.
I went, gee, that doesn't sound normal. Sounds sort of like diabetes, but that couldn't be. We couldn't have a diabetic.
And I wrote down every time she went to the bathroom and every time she had to drink water. And after about 3 hours, I realized this was not normal and something was wrong.
And she was in intensive care in a crib with all kinds of lines hooked up to her, and they didn't know if she would live.
And I remember thinking, you know, I would just do anything if it was me. I mean, and I think any parent will feel that way, that if they could just take it away from their child, that they would do that.
We didn't really know what to do.
Because when she was diagnosed, they told us this is an incurable disease. She will have it all of her life. We read this article about the families in Philadelphia and out east who had started an organization to find a cure for their children for diabetes, and it immediately resonated. Alan actually picked up the phone and called them and said, we're out here in Minnesota.
I wanted to be part of an organization where other members had the same sense of urgency that I had in trying to do something to eradicate the disease.
The Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, they were doing walks around the country, and they said, why don't you do a walk? Well, everyone does a walk in Minnesota, but they only have about 5 months to be outside to get massive crowds. And they were building the Mall of America.
We had done a few other fundraisers and made $15,000, and it was exhausting. And we did this walk and we made $50,000 the first year and thought we had hit the jackpot.
When you saw all of those people show up to help your child and all the other diabetic children, it was absolutely amazing.
It was like 6 below zero, and they're pushing strollers in at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to walk, to raise money. They could have sent a check, but that wasn't where their hearts were.
JDRF is a parent-based organization. It was founded by parents of children with diabetes. It comes from those roots that we speak that language.
The more I found out about JDF and all the research that they sponsored, the more interested I became.
And that was very important to me. The great majority of the money that was raised would go directly to research.
This is the easiest place to put your investment and put your money and know that it's going to do the most benefit.
It was the fear of not being able to cure this disease. So we decided that we were going to try to do something about it, and we did. And the friendship, the relationship, and I think the good work that came out of it paid off.
When I look back, I think about how we started and we met in people's homes, and the office was even in my laundry room for a while. And now we've come so far. We've got an office, we have a staff, we raise millions of dollars, we do community outreach, and yet there's still so much farther to go.
I think that if people really care, if people really know what's at stake, if people have experienced any child or any family member with this awful, ugly, horrible, terrible disease, that they know in their hearts of hearts that they can make a huge difference. It's all about research. It's all about research.
You know, I'd like it to be remembered as being part of an organization that no longer exists, that diabetes was eradicated and all its members turned their attention to other worthy causes.